on 10th Avenue, and we're going to run into the Andrew Edlin Gallery. Got a big treat for you. We're going to take a run-through of Victor Moscoso Psychedelic Drawings, 1967 to 1982. Well, this is a real trip down memory lane for me because I remember seeing these things in Zap Comix and in posters back during the Psychedelic Era. So that's the late 60s. These are some studies for cover of Zap Comix. And boy, I was always a fan of Victor Moscoso. And he was in a little different category than all the other underground comic people. Okay, I'm not going to get all the names, but we'll get up and get some close-ups on here. He was always what I would say a more lyrical draftsman. And I think the other thing that always appealed to me was that a lot of his pieces were, well, there were no captions, there was no bubbles with text in there, so in a lot of ways, this work was kind of like some kind of exotic pantomime. Here he's got a piece, I think this is called Battling Dinosaurs. He's got a piece with bubbles and text. He's got a great kind of style. And some of this kind of refers back to Art Nouveau, but it also, I think, is biting a little bit on 1960s graphic design, science fiction. Oh, this is a beautiful piece. This must be a study for a poster. And I love all of his notes down here. Ed Trudy, the client's name. He was great with his text. The ever-changing, multilingual, transcendental, 2-ton mustard seed. And was also one of these people, I don't know whether he was on drugs at the time, but he was a very obsessive with his line work and his stippling. And this piece almost has the sense of a M.C. Escher, kind of the optical illusion of the cube. This is Eyes of the World. And this looks like color pencil. Well, we've got more studies for the cover of Zap Comix. And he also had kind of pop references in that this is Mr. Peanut. Although somehow this Mr. Peanut is a little more phallic than the one on the label of the cans. Well, this is the stuff that I saw. I actually had a copy of this poster when I was in high school. And yeah, if you had flashing red and blue lights going on this, it would do real strange things. Anyway, I always thought that his design sense was fantastic, and he was able to use a lot of 19th century, early 20th century kind of design motifs, but also his kind of trippy lettering was great. Okay, so here's the poster, printed up in color. And this is the layout. This is great to be able to see how these pieces develop. So you're saying this is based on a Edison film piece? Well, we'll just run through the back room. Incredible poetry. Well, I think this is for a Steve Miller Band album cover. Children of the Future, and this is watercolor. Well, here's more great examples of his silent narratives. And yeah, his Mickey Mouse is a little different than say a Lynn Folks or some of these other pop artists. Well, these are more black and white layouts for the posters, but it's interesting to see how they divided up the color layouts. Oh, the doors. More of his cartoons. Yeah, it seemed like a lot of them somehow ended up in an orgy of some kind. Well, that's not the Minnie Mouse I know. Well, it's intriguing to see the corrections here as well. There's some Jerry Garcia, Run for the Roses. So this is James Kalm taking a quick run through Victor Moscoso. Psychedelic Drawings, 1967 to 1982, here at the Andrew Edlin Gallery. And as always, thank you, Kate. Nice. Thank you.